Many people in humanity are experiencing a great deal of inner conflict regarding matters that are starting to unfold in the world. And I'm talking about systems that are starting to fall apart. And what that even means, basically, the fracturing of systems that we had relied upon, starting to become more demanding, starting to become more harmful towards people and the general population. Systems that are also becoming more enforcing, more dominant, asserting their power on the general public. And many people don't see this happening. But what is happening is there is a complete fracturing within many of these systems and within the world. And what became very apparent for me was years ago when I was going through my own inner restructuring, I had termed the process of unraveling our deeper self and almost dismantling what has felt familiar, our conditionings, our beliefs, our ego, our wounded ego. What happens through this process is a fracturing of ourself. A splintering is what I called it. And it feels just like that. It feels as though there is a complete, almost a restructuring, something that has to completely break apart in order for a new to be formed, in order for a new to be rebuilt. That is what is happening also in the world. What happens in the world is a reflection of what we are experiencing within ourselves. So as we shift and fracture and splinter what has felt familiar, we begin to become new. We begin to become aligned. We see reality differently. We see ourselves differently. We see life differently. And as a result, or maybe it's happening in tandem, these certain structures and systems that have been in place are starting to do the same in many different ways. And what happens when within our own process of restructuring, our old self wants to hold on to what has felt familiar. This is our old conditioning, our old beliefs, but it's fueled by fear. And the more that we hold on and the more pressure that we put on ourselves or on other people or the attachments that we can grab hold of, the less we're able to change, the less we're able to awaken. It reverts us back into our old patterns. But when we revert back into our old patterns, they become worse. And that is the point, as it allows for us to fully see what we need to see. Sometimes we have to go through those hard lessons. Sometimes we have to go through those big wake-up calls, those big aha moments, maybe have a real catastrophic event happen in our life in order to finally see the truth, in order to finally see parts of ourselves that we haven't been able to see before. Now, when we go through this process, it can feel very, very uncomfortable. We may feel as though we've lost direction. We may feel that no one is available to support us. We may feel completely on our own. We may feel helpless and hopeless. And that also is the point. And I've gone through that. I spent years feeling as though I could never get out and that I had lost my power, my footing. I had no one to lean on. I had no one to help, as what it felt like. But because I had given my power away to external systems, solutions, people, I had felt, when it was all taken away, I had felt that I had no power. I felt helpless. I felt hopeless. And that is why all of these systems are starting to restructure or fall apart or reinforce their power. And it hurts so much because we have given our power to systems and to people and to institutions and to a belief that we have become so disempowered. We've lost the ability to believe in our sovereignty, in our own power, in our own wholeness. So what is happening in the world is there is a fracturing, there is splintering in every single area. If we do not see it for what it is trying to teach us, we will become entangled in the process and we will lose ourselves even more than before. If we see what is happening for the benefit of ourself, then we will grow with it and we will evolve with it and we will return to our power, our sovereignty, and inner freedom and external freedom. That is what this is teaching us. Although it can feel devastating, it can feel as if we are losing ourselves, we are losing something, we're unable to find our way out. But that is part of the process. We have to almost lose ourselves to restructure and realign with who we truly are, because we don't know who we are in this lifetime. We have no idea. We've never felt it before. We have to learn as we grow and as we go through it. We might take a few steps backwards and realize that we're still holding on to old fear. We may hold on to a feeling and a sensation that we're helpless and we're hopeless and depend on institutions, individuals, systems that have felt familiar. The level of awareness that can grow through this work will only increase as long as we are questioning, as long as we are exploring, as long as we are wondering if there is another way. If we're being open-minded to a new perspective, if we're being open-minded to a solution, if we're being attuned within ourselves of what feels right for us, which is the most important of all. So, for example, what is happening in every single sector, every single institution, every single system in this world is up for question. The food industry, agriculture, what we're putting in our body, and maybe the volume of food that we are consuming, what we are consuming, when we are consuming, has all been inspired or influenced, I should say, through conditioning. Do we know what our body truly needs to be balanced and to be sustained and to function optimally? Do we know how much food our body needs to feel aligned and functional and optimal? Some of us don't, because again, we have been relying or we have been conditioned by certain systems and structures that have imposed their information on us of when we should eat, how much we should eat, what we should eat. And even in our modern society, with an influx of information, influencers, doctors, specialists, scientists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, pumping out information, telling us what we should eat, when we should eat, et cetera, without us cutting out the noise and tuning in with ourselves, we become very dependent on these external answers for us to be healthier when we have had the answer within ourselves the entire time. The same goes for health, the medical industry. People dying in these facilities and institutions and under the care of medical practitioners daily. People continually being sick, dependent on medication, depending on a system. And what if we attuned with our body and attuned with ourselves and started to get to know ourselves? And it's unfortunate that people have to experience such horrific experiences. I've heard many people who have had horrible experiences in this particular industry. Now, I'm not here to call out people. I'm not here to call out anyone. These are the lessons that we can grab hold of to learn through so we can become more empowered and we can become more aligned and informed and aware within ourselves of where we have lost our power, where we have given our health away, where we have given our body away, where we have given the belief that the only way we are going to get better is by leaning in this direction rather than leaning in here. A lot of us haven't been taught this way, right? We're figuring this out as we go along. If you are interested in this, if you are interested in taking your power back, your health back, your well-being back, your wholeness back, the entire world right now is showing us where we have lost our power, where we have leaned outward rather than trusting ourselves a little bit more. And this process is very difficult. It is not easy, but it is rewarding, fulfilling. And the opportunity that we have right now is so great and so amazing. I really hope that many of us can start to even entertain the idea that what is happening right now is actually for our greatest good and highest potential, even though it doesn't feel like it, even though we feel that we may never be able to thrive and survive. We may never be able to get ahead financially. Let's look at the financial industry. A lot of us feeling as though we may never be able to pay our bills or get ahead. We're afraid of the future. That is because our relationship with money has become so skewed and distorted, and we have felt deeply that we are unable to live abundantly. And it does require a whole restructuring of how we feel about ourselves first. This is the very rootedness of the change we have available for us, cultivating a greater level of abundance, learning to trust and feel safe with who we are, and feel safe with living in an abundant nature, rather than holding on to material possessions, comparing ourselves to others, getting jealous of what one person has or their accomplishments, right? Feeling that we are less than, being very afraid of the future, not having enough, going to pay for something at a till and feeling our stomach drop because we can't afford it. I've been through all of it, right? And again, I have been through it because I lost my sense of self-worth along the way, right? And we are getting squeezed in these areas for us to tilt our inner perception inward, to make the inner adjustments accordingly, according to a new way of living. Maybe even thinking of what life feels like if we just let go a little bit more to what we've been holding on to maybe a relationship externally where we have become disempowered, where we have maybe been waiting for someone to save us, where maybe we've been waiting for someone to tell us what to do and how to do it. Even regarding the spiritual industry and our self-growth, expecting someone to tell us how to get through or how to fix our life, right? We are the ones who have the answers. It's great to look for guidance and inspiration, but it is truly up for us, for you to find your way within yourself, to find that power you have, because we all have it. You have it. Even looking at the technology sector, AI takeover right now that's happening, many people are going to lose their jobs, and in the near future probably already have lost their jobs, because this is taking off very fast. This industry is growing at a rapid rate. Many people may criticize it and look at it negatively. Many people may be in fear of losing their jobs, but the fear is the catalyst. The fear is the catalyst. Fear of not having enough, fear of the future, fear of losing our jobs, fear of not being able to financially get ahead, fear of not being enough, fear of not trusting, right? And that is the catalyst. That is our way through, is seeing the fear that is arising within ourselves as the opportunity to understand where that fear came from in the first place. And when we're in that fear, it becomes very disempowering. We're unable to make conscious choices. We're unable to see a different way out, a new solution, maybe the truth, maybe a clear way through. We become crippled and dependent. So with regards to AI, well, what if we look at it in a way of enhancing our ability to maybe thrive in the way that we want to thrive? Maybe we can shift our direction from a path that we were on, maybe a path that wasn't in alignment with who we truly are. Maybe it's giving us an opportunity to take a break, a pause, to look at our path, to look at ourselves differently, which I feel it is. So every single thing that activates something within ourselves, a fear, a worry, struggle, is showing us the way through. We have to see that fear that it is activating within us. The reflex to hold on, to cling on, to feel disempowered, to worry, to be in lack and scarcity, to constantly be on in the mind and not connected in the heart. These are the signs that help us evolve and step through into a more empowered, clear, focused version of ourself. Now, I know, again, this is very difficult and is extremely hard to work through, and that is the point. If it was easy, then everybody would be doing it and we would be further ahead than we would want to be. It's hard because we need to know why the fear exists in the first place. We have to work through it. We have to understand this within ourselves. We have to see within ourselves. We have to feel within ourselves and understand where we lost our power, why we are holding on, why we don't believe in ourselves, why we don't trust ourselves, why we don't trust something greater, something else, and how that feels and how that can actually even be part of our life. As I see it, we are in a favorable time right now for incredible change to happen within ourselves. And it has to happen within ourselves, first and foremost, not by forcing, not by pushing, not by shoving. A whole different way of existing needs to be discovered within each and every one of us before radical change begins to happen in our outer world. And it is beginning to happen slowly, as the outer world is a reflection of our inner nature, of the connectedness that we have. If we are disconnected from ourself, well, the world has shown us what that resembles, because the majority of the world right now is disconnected. And the infrastructure and the systems have echoed the disconnection, have also echoed the collective fear. If this is speaking to you and you feel uncertain about the future and of the world and of yourself, take a very, very granular approach and be gentle on yourself. Give yourself some time and space to explore yourself, the patterns within, the reason why the fear exists, and continually attune with the behavioral patterns. Our ego does not want to see those behavioral patterns. Our wounds within do not want to see those behavioral patterns, right? So just be gentle. Take your time through this, observe, and awareness will keep growing more and more as you move through the process.